Yes, Billy. As you just saw right there, the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, shout out Ashley Fuller is tuned in right now.
Yeah, that's my girl, man. That's a huge Cowboys fan, man. Huge Cowboys fan.
Yeah, man. Last night the Dallas Cowboys defeat the Philadelphia Eagles in dominant fashion, as I want to say. So, yeah, man, you're all excited. You're running all over Dallas, telling everybody about it. Can I confirm that there was a sighting from you at the start today?
Yes, you can. I did find myself out at the Star. Approximately, I don't want people to don't hold this too tight. Hold this loosely. Uh, there is word. I like to say approximately between the hours of 10:30 and 11:30.
Oh, okay.
I may or may not have been out there at Ford Center, somewhere in or around the pro shop area.
Okay. Any intel to what you were doing there on campus that you should not have been at because I didn't
Yeah,
think you were allowed there.
yeah, no, no, nothing of any significance. I was looking to see if I might run into maybe one of the insiders, maybe someone along the lines of Mickey Spagnola.
Oh,
Uh,
Swags know you.
yeah, yeah, maybe Mickey Spagnola.
No, no, no,
Uh,
no, no. Swags know you.
oh,
Swags know
Swags
you.
know you. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
Swags
him
know
on that
you.
level. I don't know him on that level. Uh, but yeah, the great Mickey. I was hoping to, around that time, the players typically like to have a nice little lunch of some sort.
Okay.
And if you position yourself in that area where I am, they tend to leave directly from the cafeteria, which is directly across the way,
Uh-huh.
and you run into them sometimes. So I was hoping to run into maybe a Osa, Diggy Zua, or maybe Zeke. Had this very jersey on right here, just to kind of get
Okay.
his attention, and let him know that I was there for him, uh, and let him know that I stand in support of him, no matter
Okay.
what Mr. Azad says, and
Yeah.
all of these people who say that Zeke is washed up, he's not this, he's not that. Uh,
Apparently, you didn't know it was an off day,
no,
according to
I
Mr.
didn't. Well, here's the great thing about that, Mr. Azad. Even when it is an off day, guys still come in for treatment,
Yeah.
things of that nature. So an off day just simply means they don't have to come in and practice, but they still have ties to the Ford Center. The access card is still good on those days,
Right.
and hopefully I'll gain access to one of those one day. Having said that, it's been a great day, guys. All jokes aside, Cowboys played a tremendous game last night. What I knew was going to happen is happening. EA, I hope you're aware of this. Um, there's a lot of style pointing going on.
Oh, I do some QB1 hate
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah,
going right now.
surprisingly, there wasn't
Wait
much
a minute.
QB
Wait a
one
minute.
hate.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa, whoa. Didn't you give him the game ball last night, though?
I did give him a game ball. I wasn't here to hate on Dak Prescott. I stand in support of what he did. He played great last night.
Okay.
Uh, the style pointing comes by way of people saying, "Oh, well, they should have done this. They should have done that," and I knew this was going to happen. Walt, you beat a division rival. You beat them by 20 points, right?
Uh huh.
Why is the point of the day to still bitch and moan about the clock management? I absolutely love what Keyshawn Johnson said this morning. I had a chance to
What
hear him.
what did he have to say?
The esteemed Mr. Johnson, okay,
Yeah,
did
former Dallas
mention,
Cowboy.
right, Mr. Johnson. He mentioned while going back and forth with Stephen A. Smith and those other guys. He said, "Hey guys, listen. Everybody's going to say something about the clock management." He said, "But if the coach decides that, hey, we've done enough, we're not going to risk anything else. We're not going to push the envelope here." He said, we have to trust that the coach understands the temperament of his team. He understands the flow of the game and what is going on. And if he made that decision, why can't we just stand behind it and be like, hey, that's what the coach wanted to
because
do?
it's the Eagles. Because it's the Eagles, we want to rip the team's head off. That's why.
Yeah, but you
Show
still
no
did it.
love, no mercy.
But but you still did it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
We want more. We want more because you know why? You know why? Because that coach. that coach is over there wearing shirts talking about beat Dallas. That's
Yeah.
why we want.
Well, maybe we're putting too much attention into that. I now listen again. Walt, I was out there screaming and hollering, and I was saying, "Hey, use the timeout, use the timeout." But at the end of the day, he chose not to. Now, having said that, I will say this: clock management has been an issue. It needs to get better. Hopefully, it will get better. But me personally, though I wanted to still attack, if the coach says, "Hey, we're going to pull the reins back," let's be fine. Because one thing we know, if the Cowboys would have pushed the issue and you go out there and on that next play, God forbid, Zeke gets hit in the knees and he's down, or one of your guys gets hurt, one of your key guys, CD Lamb trying to return a punt. Oh, well, we shouldn't have been so aggressive. We shouldn't have had a lead. You would have heard it from all.
Wouldn't have heard it from me.
No, yes, you would have. Or maybe not you. You would have heard it from all your local media guys. Well, what are we doing? You would have heard all of that. So my thing is, you can't pick and choose when you want it. He's the coach. He's ultimately held responsible for the things that go right and wrong. He made a decision. We can live with it. We won the game. We won convincingly. We get to troll the Eagles. Why are we bitching and moaning about that instead of giving credit to what the team did? I heard a whole 30-minute bitch session instead of talking about Trevon Diggs, Micah Parsons, and the great job that those guys did. It's ridiculous.
So that's what you're upset about.
Well, I'm not even upset about it. I expected the stupidity. I don't when it comes to the media. Well, I say this all the time, and you and Mr. Azad and Tovash, I'm sure you guys can all agree. Ashley, same way with you. And I say this to Ashley all the time, and she'll confirm this for you, Walt. When it comes to this football thing, man, you have to watch the game for your damn self. Watch the damn game for yourself. While you're a full functioning grown man, you have two eyes. Watch the game, develop your own opinion on what's going on. And if it doesn't match with the popular narrative, it's okay. It is okay. The problem is people are so afraid to think different. It's okay. McCarthy thought different in that moment as opposed to everyone else. Ultimately, what he did not hurt us. We won the game. So why are we complaining about it? Why?
Why? Because as I told you, that's a division rival. We wanted their heads on the platter. They all on TV doing all this talking, and we want. I told you you didn't agree with me, but I talked to our buddy Q earlier, and he agreed with me. He said they were playing scared. They were playing scared, and I said that's that whole coaching and not lose deal. But and he kind of felt the same way.
But how does I just somebody would have to explain to me. I don't understand how you can relate that to coaching scared, because your aggressive coaching style got you up to begin with. So I don't understand what because in most cases across the league, once you get a big lead, now granted it's still in the first half, once you get a big lead, most teams in the NFL become conservative.
Well, here's the thing though. Like I said, the thing is that we want that pressure. We want to keep that pressure on them. That's what we wanted. That's what everybody wanted.
So that 1 minute worth of pressure is what killed you guys.
We're not taking it easy on a division, right? We're not showing the Philadelphia Eagles respect. We're gonna put our foot on their necks and rip their head off. I don't give a damn if the score is 50. If the score ended up being 50-something, it's justified because that's a division rival and we don't like them.
Well, that's fine until one of your guys gets hurt, and then everybody will whine and bitch and complain. That's what
injuries are a part of the game. Injuries are a part of the game.
No, that you can't use that one. You cannot use that one. No, sir.
I can. I really can.
Let me tell you something. If that's the case, then why is everyone not bitching about at the end of the game when Dak Prescott wasn't in? Remember, Cooper Rush came in the game. Why did I hear no bitching about that?
There was no point in Dak Prescott.
No, he did. Yes, it is. You just said we want to stick it to him. We had an offensive possession. It's our ball. Why is he not in the game?
First off, Dak Prescott is worth a whole lot of money. Okay, I don't know if you heard.
I don't care to hear that. I don't care to hear that. That means nothing.
I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you heard what Jerry said. Oh, we're spending a lot of money at that position. That's what my guy Jerry said. Okay,
that's fine, and he's 1,000% right.
We don't have time to be fooling around, joking around at that position. No. Dak did his thing. He was good enough to come off the field. Now, Michael Parsons should not have been allowed to come back in the game also. I have a problem with that too. That's what I'm upset about.
Why? You just said we need to stick it to these guys. What are we can't have it both ways.
The game, I mean, you got like a minute left in the game. Okay, there's no point in. You're comparing fourth quarter end of game to in the middle of the game when you're supposed to be striking on them.
And you're up 20, and they have shown you nothing to suggest they can score the ball.
Okay.
And we're about to go into halftime.
Right, and I want to mash on them because guess what? They got the ball back at halftime. I definitely want to. I don't care even if I'm playing John Madden. If you're getting the ball back at halftime, my sole plan is to score. So
I'll agree with. I'll agree with what EA is saying here because it's not just that one scenario. That's true. Clock management as a whole has been an issue, and it needs to be addressed. I believe it will get addressed. But all these people, what I'm saying is, if you want to touch on it and say, well, I don't know what he was doing there, I'm sure someone asked in the press conference. Okay, that's one thing. But why are we harping on it? You won the game. Move the hell on. Move the hell on.
That's the guy who will kill QB1 in a heartbeat.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's funny because you said they were up by all these points and all that different stuff, and you don't want to do anything stupid, but you got your quarterback scrambling and playing all outside the pocket, taking unnecessary licks from linebackers. That doesn't make much sense. And that's that same position that you just mentioned to me, Walt, that Jerry said we're investing a lot of money into.
Well, it's spending a lot of money at that position.
Yeah, $75 million. I'm sure Jerry Jones would never put $75 million just in the middle of the road and tell somebody just run through and pick it up. That's what Dak Prescott doing. Hey, I'm here. Just come and knock the shit out of me. That makes all the sense in the world. Year 6, $75 million. It doesn't make sense. So get better between the ears.
Here's the thing, Billy. I do want to give a shout out to Cowboys Nation, DFW, D-Town, Funky Town, Barlington, all the surrounding areas for showing up for the game last night because that was an amazing crowd that I seen at AT&T Stadium last night. And it seems like almost everybody I know was at the game last night. And I want to give a big ups to D-Town for showing up and showing out last night for the Dallas Cowboys. That was impressive last night. There was a point in time where it was so loud there you couldn't even hear the broadcasters at one point. Before Dak was telling them quiet down.
Well, anytime your quarterback's having to tell people to quiet down, that means that place is rocking, and that's a good thing. And they did not listen. They did not listen.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I tell you what, one thing you'll notice, and we've talked about this quite a bit, Walt, just over the years. Playing here in Dallas has never been a quote-unquote home field advantage. Basically because of the culture of fans that we have. They're fair weather. When things are good, they're there. They're still not cheering, but they are there. There's too many, and I might sound very controversial when I say this, but I don't mind. Down there in that lower bowl, Cowboy Stadium, the Hall of Fame area in particular, there's too many Cowboys polos instead of jerseys, if that makes sense. There's too many Cowboys polos and starched iron shirts with the Cowboys logo on them.
Oh, you mean like this right here?
Well, no, those fine. But that type of shirt is fine as long as it's outside of your pants. These guys have on penny loafers. These polos are tucked in, and they're typically carrying around like an iPad or something like that. They're closing business deals instead of being there for the game. The way you gain a home field advantage at Cowboy Stadium, get your business people into the business areas. Make the average rabid fan make those seats available for them. That's what your team feeds off of. It's just like at the AAC. All of your real fans are up in the third level where Gordon is. Look at where Gordon is. All your real fans are there.
You meet up in section 320 because there ain't a 420?
Right. My man Gordon, those people are the ones that need to be down there on the bottom area. All those people that are there for show and these chicks at the heels and trying to catch a football player, they can tear their ass, man. Put them somewhere else. Put the real fans in the lower bowl, man, where they can make a difference. And that's just real, man. They got to find a way to do that. But shout out to the fans who made a lot of noise last night. It was huge for the team, for sure.
Big time. Big time. Big time. But yeah, man. So the Cowboys defeat them. We knew they were gonna be on their heads.
Right.
We knew that. So, it was just a great game. I mean, I knew the Cowboys were gonna win, but I didn't know they were gonna be that dominant.
Right.
I didn't know it was gonna be that dominant of a performance.
Yeah, your guy, Uncle Shannon, on Undisputed this morning. He found a way to successfully poo-poo our victory and say that it was just the Eagles. They're not good. Jalen Hurts is not good. But it's so funny because early in the week you tell us, oh, man, y'all better watch for Jalen Hurts' legs. You better do That's what's crazy to me. You give me all these reasons why we can't beat them. Then when we do, oh, they're not that good. Well, which one is it? Which one is it? It's going to take us beating the hell out of Patrick Mahomes for people to understand that we're here. Because over the next 2 or 3 games, we beat the Panthers. They're going to say, oh.
I don't know about that one.
Well, it's going down. Once we beat the Panthers, everybody be like, oh, they didn't have Christian McCaffrey. And they'll be valid. They didn't.
Excuse me, sir. His name is Run CMC.
I don't buy into all that. Until you lead the league in rushing. Until you lead the league in rushing and
now, not the year that Zeke was suspended. I think it was the year after that he did.
Okay, I mean, and that's fine. I mean, Christian McCaffrey to me, I mean, he's kind of like a do it all type back, and they feature him. I'm not taking anything away from how good he is or whatever, but give me Zeke. I like guys who can get short yardage for me. I don't need everything to be scat back, get everything outside. I need guys who can run between the tackles and wear down the defense. That's not McCaffrey. That's not his game.
No, his problem is he's hurt all the damn time.
Well, they're right because of how they try to use him. They're trying to make him an every down back, and that's not what he is. That's not what makes him special. He's a matchup nightmare. Having said that, if they beat the Panthers, everybody's going to say, oh, it's just the Panthers. They beat the Giants. Oh, you're supposed to beat the Giants. The Cowboys just need to keep racking up wins. They're not going to get any respect until they play somebody that people think are formidable, which probably won't be until we run into the Chiefs and or the Raiders. Depending on how the Chiefs are playing, they might not think much of that.
What about Mac 10? We not going to get any respect for beating Mac 10 up?
Not at all, because nobody expects anything from them. I do think that's going to be a tough game just because Bill Belichick knows what the hell is going on. But I don't think the Cowboys are going to get any respect until they run into a team like Kansas City and actually beat them. Great question from our guy Mitch right there. I'll let you take the lead on that.
Billy.
What's the problem, EA? I mean, what do you want? What is it that we can do? What is it that we need to do?
I guess you're looking at this all wrong, Billy.
Of course.
Listen, I mean, from everybody keeps telling me the Cowboys really just have. Everybody's pointing out to me the Cowboys have a really easy schedule.
There's no such thing as an easy schedule. Because at the end of the day, the games all still have to be played between the white lines. That's what people don't understand. Any given Sunday, there's a reason they say that. There's nothing guaranteed.
Is it now?
Yeah. I mean, Walt, everybody thinks, okay, everybody's looking ahead. Let's skip past the Panthers. Okay, I know they're next, but let's just skip past them. Win, lose, or draw. We know the Giants are. Well, we're just doing it for just to create a situation here. Move past them. The Giants. Let's just say the Giants lose whoever they're playing against next week. They'll be 0-4, right? All right, everybody look, Cowboys are 3-1. Giants are 0-4. It's a division game. All Cowboys, y'all should be able to beat them. Well, what if you roll into that week? God forbid, COVID, God forbid, but COVID just runs amok and you lose some of your key guys. Well, you can't plan for those type of things. So that's why I say there's no such thing as a quote-unquote easy schedule. These guys are all professionals. They're going to play, Walt. They're going to come out. They're not just going to lay down. This is their livelihood. So if you come out there thinking you can half-ass and just, I bet you Coach McCarthy won't get off their ass and be like, oh, yeah, this is an easy week, guys. Let's go ahead and take off Wednesday. We'll do an unpadded practice this day. Let's go have some margaritas the night before the game. It's not like that. These guys prepare as if every game is the freaking Super Bowl, man. And it's about execution when you go out there. So I hate that narrative. Oh, the Cowboys have the easiest schedule. They should win all these games. No, they shouldn't. They should win whatever game they're playing that week. That's the way this league works. Period.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that.
But let your locals here. They'll tell you, they're winning the next 5 or 6. Oh, without question. No.
I'm not so sure about that. Just not so sure about that.
You shouldn't be.
I'm still a little. I know Run CMC is not playing this Sunday, but I still kind of may have the Carolina Panthers. And I'm going to tell you why, Billy. I'm going to tell you why I had the Panthers. Okay. How many times have we? And our buddy Q was saying, "Well, this is a different Cowboys team," but I still haven't seen it yet. Okay. How many times have they just like? Well, actually, they did it in the I was going to say San Diego game, in the LA Chargers game. Okay. What do they do? What do they do in week 1? They put up all these points, right?
Right.
And then they come back the next week and can only put up 14 points.
Yeah, for the majority of the game.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're gonna do it. I just feel like they're gonna do it again with the Panthers.
Well,
but this time, unlike the Chargers, the Panthers are gonna get the job done because the Panthers. I mean, let's be honest. The Chargers really should have beat the Cowboys without all those penalties.
Yeah, but I mean, the reality is they committed those penalties, so that's not our fault.
And they were justifiable penalties. Like, they were accurate penalties. They weren't like, oh, the ref was cheating us or anything like that. They were accurate penalties.
I mean, that can go either way. Here's my deal. We can talk about that all we want to, Walt. But you know what you're doing?
What's that?
You're buying right into that thing that I just told you about, that Stephen A. Smith thing. We're not talking about by way of substance or X's and O's or things where there's competitive advantages within the game of football. We're talking about what we think the Cowboys are going to do. What I say, emotionally, mentally not being prepared to play football. We're hoping that, or we're not hoping, but it's just a lot of people think and assume that they're going to lose the game because they're just destined to lose the game because they're not going to come out prepared to play. I do agree with you in that sense. That has changed.
Yeah, but you know how you do. You've even said it before. I've seen you on social media plenty of times. Why do we play down? Why do we play down to the competition?
Right. That's a coaching issue. That is a coaching and leadership issue on your team. This year, unlike previous years, Walt, this team is full of leadership. If you think about it.
So I'm wondering, was that shots fired at Jay Jeezy?
Well, me and Red J are just fine, so I don't have a problem with him.
Oh, you don't have a problem with Red J?
Never had a problem with Red J.
You're never gonna make the team eating at McDonald's that you were eating.
Yeah, we'll never make the team eating McDonald's down there in that locker room.
And then you stood Jay Jeezy up on going to the restaurant and eating. Stood him up.
I did. Yeah. Shame on me. Well, because I had to get back to that station that you love and salute so much, man. I had to get back over there. They were waiting on me to bring back some equipment, so I couldn't jack around. Had I been in my own personal vehicle, it would have been on.
Yeah.
But having said that, Walt, you're 100% right. The team has played up and down to the level of competition. I just think that the leadership on this team will provide something different. Dak is not going to allow these guys to fall to the wayside.
Okay.
In addition to that, I like to bring up something else a lot of people haven't talked about. I think Ezekiel Elliott is emerging as a leader on this team as well. I know people look at Zeke and they say he follows Dak, but Zeke is his own man. Him and Dak are very close, but I also think Zeke provides a level of leadership to this football team that people aren't necessarily talking about. Guys look up to Zeke on this team. We know Dak is the proclaimed leader of this team. Everybody looks at him, you know, Dak. That's what. But there are other leaders. Zeke is a leader. As much as you guys hate it, Jalen Smith is a leader on this football team.
Oh no, what are you doing right now?
He is. Ask the guys around him. He's a leader on this football team. The damn coaches say it. Now, just because you're a leader doesn't mean you're the greatest player on the team. And that's what people can't separate. There are guys who have all the physical assets and skills, but their leadership isn't great. Okay? That's a part of sports. I think Zeke is a great leader. I think Jalen Smith is a leader on that defense. I look at a guy like Malik. Micah Parsons just coming in here. He's already a leader on this defense. He might not know how to lead in the way that people are accustomed to, but you can tell people are ready to follow him. Tank is a leader. You're not going to have those weeks going forward in this season where guys are unsure of what the expectation is. There's always someone in place to keep this team going. From the top being your head coach to your assistant coaches. Dan Quinn is a natural leader. We see